everyone. I wish we were together, but in lieu of that, we're going to do our volunteer appreciation through virtual, keeping all of us safe and continuing to keep us safe. So we miss you. We wish we could be with you together. And if I was with you in person, what I would be saying to you is thank you. I say this every single time we have a dedication, every time we have an event. We literally could not do this without the help of our volunteers. You all have made it possible for us to build more than 130 homes over the last 25 years, and we continue to help families with rehabs and repairs and work in communities of need right now because of what you do, because of your sacrifice of your time and your energy and your sweat equity to help our families. This past year, fiscal year 19 to 20, we have had thanks to you, more than 17,000 hours of volunteer labor to help us with our homes. And that is equivalent to almost $500,000. You all have made such an impact on us, and we are just thrilled to be able to celebrate you today.
Greetings to volunteers with Manatee County Habitat for Humanity. I'm taking social distancing to extreme. I'm greeting you from Austin, Texas. An opportunity to visit with my great-granddaughter, my granddaughter and her family, and in addition, it's a working vacation doing a rehab project on our master bathroom. But today we are celebrating the volunteers and their important contribution to the work of Manatee Habitat. I'm proud to be one of you, having started as a construction volunteer perhaps 6 years ago. Over time, I've added other aspects to my volunteerism, serving on the board of directors for Manatee Habitat and now also serving as president of that board. And in that role, on behalf of the board, I want to thank you for your gift of time and talent to Manatee Habitat as we continue to build affordable and sustainable housing for the working people in our community, those important people on the front lines to make our life in this community possible. Without your gift, our work would not be possible. Our business model is based on a strong volunteer core, and you are that strength. And I want to thank you for the time and energy you put into the work that you do, whatever your role is as a volunteer with Manatee Habitat. I look forward to a future that we will continue to grow in our service to the community. And though there's twists and turns as we now are adapting to the virus and how it's changed our work as volunteers and changed some of the work of the organization as we impact the community. Thank you for being patient as we've had to make adjustments, but we will continue to serve the needs of our families and our community, and without you, we cannot do that. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and I look forward to being back with you in about a month and joining you as a construction volunteer. Thank you and goodbye.
And now I'm going to turn it over to Bruce Winter, our Director of Construction, who will get to announce our special award winners.
I hope everyone has been safe and healthy the last couple of months. This has definitely been a different year. Although we've been only working 2 days a week, Tuesday and Thursday, we have been able to finish 2207 on 11th Street West in Bradenton. And now we're focusing on 2211. We decided to just take one house at a time and finish it. So we hope to finish 2211 by the end of September, and then we will move over to 1015 6th Street Court, where we'll be able to finish, and hopefully we can do that by about Christmas time. We're also looking at starting a new house. We've got a piece of property on 6th Street East in Bradenton, and we hope to pour a foundation before Christmas. That would allow us to finish that house in June, but in late spring, we ought to be able to start at Poling Gardens. The final site plan has been submitted, and we are just waiting for final approval so that we can begin the groundwork there. So rehab has been going strong. Steve has been working on City of Bradenton. Gary has been working with Palmetto and Manatee County Homes. And we have a new group called The Next Mission, which is a group of volunteers who do volunteer work, and they have done a couple really great jobs already for us. So we're really pleased with the work that we're able to do during this time, keeping groups small, but being able to still get the work done. So I just want to thank all of you volunteers for staying with us, for following our protocols for safety, and to keep us all healthy. And I look forward to working with you all again. And now I'd like to go ahead and start the awards recognition. So the first awards I'd like to give out is for the bent nail. At one time this award was given out to people who had the most volunteer hours. But in recent years we've changed it to honor those people who come to us and work with us on a regular basis. Normally it's for new people so that we can recognize the contributions that they're making to us now. So you'll see that we have a plaque which hangs in my office, and right now it only has 1 year on it. But I have 2 more plaques just like this that has the 9 plaques on it for the past 18 years. So this has been an ongoing award for quite some time. So the first person I'd like to recognize is Dale Cox. Dale, you've been great to work with. You came to us about 2 years ago, I'm going to say, and you've been willing to work in all areas, in new construction, and you've done some rehab work for us. It's been a pleasure working with you. You're starting to learn framing, and I look forward to working with you as a crew leader soon in doing those tasks. So Dale, I just want to thank you for the work that you have been doing for us. Our next volunteer to receive the Bent Nail Award is Michelle Pinnell. It seems like it's been forever since we've gotten through this year. It's only been 4 months, but it seems like it's been a lot longer than that. I believe that Michelle started with us about 1.5 years ago, and when she walked on the job site, I knew that she was going to fit right in. She works a lot in rough construction, in building walls and doing truss work, working alongside a lot of the men, and they've all grown to understand that she's capable of doing this work, and in many cases pushes them to do better. So Michelle, I really appreciate you coming and working with us here in Manatee. She has quite a drive coming from Arcadia, but it's really nice to have you with us. Thank you. The next recipient is Gail Hastings. Gail came to the job site about the same time Dale Cox did. I'm going to say about 2 years ago. Gail's just not afraid to get down in the dirt and do foundation work, as well as doing a lot of blocking work with the ICF block, and then also doing siding work. So he's been a big plus to our crew and working with us. So I really appreciate all that you've been doing for us, Gail, and I look forward to continuing to work with you in the future. So we come to last but not least, Matt Daniels. Matt's been working with us for several years, and he's one of those Saturday workers that still has a job during the week and comes to us to volunteer on Saturdays. He started working with new construction and then did some rehab work, but as of late, he's really found the niche that helps us the most. He works a lot with Larry Linder, who was last year's Volunteer of the Year for his work in doing whatever needs to be done. And Matt does the same thing. They're the ones that go around and mow the yards and make sure that the properties that we have in the future are taken care of. They also come around, pick up trash, and do a lot of the work that is not necessarily building a house, but has to be done in order for the rest of us to get done. So we really appreciate all the work that Matt has done with us. And Matt, I just want to say thank you for doing this work that all of us appreciate. Thanks.
And now I have the opportunity to thank our admin volunteers of the year, people who have worked behind the scenes with us, an essential part of our team. For our Office of the Year volunteer, Gail Yester, who has been so helpful with our hours and putting the hours for our volunteers, religiously coming to the office to help us with that when we were all meeting together in the office. And for our Outreach Volunteer of the Year, it's Ana Gonzalez, who has been so helpful with our events, was there working alongside us when we could celebrate with large events. She's been such a big help to us. So congratulations to our admin volunteers of the year.
Pete, your time has finally come. This is for Pete Bocek, Volunteer of the Year. I can still remember when Pete walked on the job site for the first time about 15 years ago in Sarasota at Jordan's Crossing. Pete immediately took to the work and became a crew leader, doing a lot of the heavy, rough construction work. When I came here to Manatee County, he came up and joined us and has continued to do the blocking of walls and interior framing and roof work. Of late, he's been specializing in doing roofs for both new construction and rehab. And he's really helped a lot of people here in Manatee County to have good and safe homes. Pete, I want to thank you for all the time we've been together and for all the work that you've done. Thank you. This next one is really fun. This is for Gene Summerfield, volunteer of a Lifetime Achievement Award. I met Gene when I first came up here, and Gene had already been working. We have records back to about 2008, but I have a feeling that it may be even further back than that. Gene has been just a delight to work with. He's always the first to come down from up north. We see him late September, early October, and it's always a delight to see him again. He does a lot of work on siding, does some floor work for us, and it's always just a delight to be around. Gene, I don't know what this year is going to bring for us, but I hope to see you again soon. I hope all is well, and thank you so much for all your years of work. In addition to working here, he also works up in Minneapolis. So he's summer in Minneapolis and winter here in Manatee County, working with Habitat affiliates. So if not already, he's real close to that 4,000 hours for the Presidential Lifetime Achievement. So we want to recognize him here today. Thank you, Gene, for all that you've done. On a personal note, today being August 18th, is the anniversary of my 11th year here in Manatee County Habitat for Humanity. And earlier this year, last month, was 16 years working for Habitat affiliates. I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's just been great working with all of you volunteers over the years and learning to know you and your families. I've enjoyed watching you learn and become crew leaders and site leaders and helping me out around the office when I needed help. It's been my honor to work with all of you. And we're not done yet. I know that we're all getting older, but I'm not ready to quit. We have polling gardens to build and beyond that. So thank you for many great years of working with all of you. The staff and the board has always been great. Thank you.
Hey everybody, this is a little different for our volunteer appreciation this year than how we normally do it, but because of everything going on, this is how we have to do it. And we still want to recognize the amazing volunteers that we have. You know, the Restore is just huge for Habitat. We provide a big resource to continue with all the buildings. So Without our volunteers, it would be a lot harder for us. We've managed to keep going through all of this. We were closed for a very short time, but our sales have been great, more than last year. So we really want to thank all the amazing volunteers. Our sales last year were over 1.5 million, and we're looking forward to more than that this year. So there's a few volunteers I would like to recognize. I'm going to talk about one of them here, and then we're going to go in. Two of them are also here working today, so I want to surprise them, but I have to put my mask up to go back there, so I'm going to have to yell a little bit louder. But this year we have a newcomer volunteer of the year that goes to Irene Halzak, and she has been great helping us in the clothing department. And so we really appreciate her, and we want to thank her, and we'll be glad when she can return to help us. So we're gonna walk to the back, and I'm gonna talk to you about our volunteer of the year. And this year it's a couple, so it's two people.
Oh, yes. Let me put these down. Oh, this is exciting.
All right, I'm gonna have to yell loud because we do have our mask on, but so I was just telling them that this year we have to do our volunteer appreciation different because we obviously can't all get together and have dinner. So we're doing a Zoom call, but they wanted to put a video together of that Zoom call. So Peter and Joette come every Tuesday, and Peter does our electronics, and Joette dives into our clothing mess every week. And they're consistently always coming. We really, really appreciate them. Last fiscal year in clothing, Joette probably doesn't know this, but we sold over 10,000 pieces of clothes, just clothes, and that amounted to over $41,000 in sales for clothing. And the accessories, which is our shoes and purses and stuff, almost $30,000 in that.
Good number.
So big numbers.
Sure.
Electronics, over 2,700 pieces of electronics we sold. That generated over $46,000 in sales. And the lighting, which I know he also checks, Peter does lighting too. We had $17,000 roughly in sales with lighting. So really great numbers. But this year for our volunteer of the year, we want to recognize you guys for all your work.
Oh, how nice.
Thank you.
And we really appreciate it.
There
And
we are, dear.
hopefully next year we're somewhere fun on the water having dinner. But this year, here we are.
Yay.
Congratulations to our Presidential Service Award recipients. Joyce Kuba, Herb McCarty, Phyllis Sellers, Tim McDonald, Bob Mazer, Gary French, Steve Shirashi, Ed Wensky, Kathy Sharback, Roger Arnholt, Pete Bocash, Paolo Costa, Dale Cox, Bob Hapravecki, Barry Berman, Jack Shaw, Rich Mort, Sally Roth, Bud Rivas, Tom Sharback, Chuck Kakmar, Gene Sommerfeld, Tom Weiss, Gail Hastings, Kent Humphrey, Larry Linder, Michelle Pinnell, Don Stauffer, Matt Daniel, Joette Knott, Amanda Hurst, George McGuire, Bill Coughlin, Peter Knott, Joe DeRozier, Mary Miedema, Rick Hicks, Bill Voorhees, Gail Yester, Jeff Smith, Joe Kalinsky, Glenn Asalia, Chris Chorley, Janice Shamblin, Anna Gonzalez, Bells, Our Lady of Angels, Knights of Columbus, Braden River Junior ROTC, Our Next Mission.